The wonderful thing about Good News Toronto is that yes, it is about community, and it also represents community because it is fed by the stories from our city. It is written by the people in our city. It is written about people who are passionate about Toronto, passionate about the people around them. So it's engaged the community, starting from young children who've written in about their heroes, about the wonderful people in the city that surround them. It's engaged right up to seniors. Good News Toronto came about when I was out with some friends who were complaining about Toronto, complaining that it had become this dangerous city. And I was just filled with such sadness that the city was filled with amazing people, that they had bought into what the media was saying. The good news is that the most common response I hear is, finally I can read something that's just good news. So I feel that it affirms a lot of what many Torontonians really feel and know. It also, I think the most profound parts for me is when I can actually bridge people together who might be questioning where to do something positive but aren't sure how to do it, and have read about someone and thought, yes, that's exactly what I'd like to do. I'd like to get involved in that project. The Kindness Campaign again came out of this need that Good News Toronto not only be about let's just hear about others and passively stay back here, but how can we go forth and do something? And it's such a positive and simple way to take an action step. Good News Toronto would not be possible without the volunteers. The writers are volunteers, the photographers, all the contributors, the board, they're all volunteers. And to me what that speaks to is that it's the concept of Good News Toronto, the idea behind it. The other wonderful thing that we can offer is for aspiring writers, journalists, photographers, artists of any means, we can offer a venue for them to showcase their talents. We had an interesting experience. We love to feature different classrooms in the city so that the children get to express who their heroes are, who are people who've touched their lives, and sort of, what's meaningful for them. And one particular group, I loved this, they were so engaged with the idea of Good News Toronto that they decided they were going to create their own newspaper with all the good news happening in their city, and did so. What keeps me motivated is I keep getting good news. How wonderful to be receiving, to be the receptacle of good news. It's an affirmation, again, of my belief, the reason I started the paper, and that people are feeding me good news constantly. So how can I not further celebrate that?